Very first annual Early Literacy Luncheon. We're here today to advocate the importance of early literacy. We know that there's a growing problem here in our county with children not being able to read and not doing well on the standardized tests. So we're here just to give you all information today. We thank you very much for coming out. So if you don't have an issue, maybe one of your friends, maybe your coworker, maybe you have issue with their children, just spread the words and the knowledge. And we also have information with our website on it, on the table at the end, so make sure before you leave that you get our information to visit our website for more details. We have here our fourth grade teacher, Duval County, Alonda Billings. She's going to do a presentation for us shortly. We're just getting our PowerPoint up. And thanks again.
Okay, good afternoon, and welcome to the Early Literacy Workshop. Of course, she's already told you, my name is Alonda Billings. I'm a fourth grade teacher for Duval County School Board. Been teaching now, this is one of my 19th year of teaching in various areas in the school board. So basically, today I'm here to talk about early literacy, but talking about personally how it affects Duval County, because if children aren't properly prepared coming into school, it doesn't matter whether it's public or private, then they're not prepared to do what they need to do to be successful in any type of school setting, which affects everything, snowballs. Okay, so consider this a quote. Urging young people to read more when there is little available to read makes as much sense as urging starving people to eat when no food is available. So early literacy begins, of course, at home. Actually, let's put it again a different way. It begins in the womb. It really does. It's important to have the correct age, grade, and reading level books available for children to read. And when they're in your womb, it is important for you while you're pregnant to read to your children. You'd be surprised how it soothes them. And I know I used to read to my children. It made them stop jumping around in there. So that is very important for us to remember at home before they go to bed. Make sure that there's something available for them to read, that you're reading to them before they go to bed. It could be your favorite book, their favorite book, should I say. And of course, you'll be sick of reading it over and over and over and over and over again, but your children will remember those books and they will always want you to read it to them before they go to bed. And that is the beginning of early literacy. According to the Handbook of the Early Literacy Research, in middle-income neighborhoods, the ratio of books per child is 13 to 1. Interesting. And in low-income neighborhoods, the ratio of books is 1 age-appropriate book per 300 children. 1. Interesting. This workshop was planned to help and encourage your children to read, write, and do literacy subjects. But first, what is literacy? Let's talk about what literacy is first. Literacy is the ability to read, to write, compute, and use technology at the level that enables an individual to reach his or her full potential as a parent, an employee, and a community member. I'm sure that the goal for all of us is for our children to grow up and do the best that they possibly can. So let's think for a moment. What is early literacy? And today, we're going to talk about the 5 different things that we're going to discuss about early literacy. The first is oral language, phonological awareness, print concepts, writing, and alphabet knowledge. So let's talk first about oral language, and as you can see up here, it refers to the ability to use words to communicate ideas and thoughts, and to use language as a tool to communicate to others. So, for example, to spend time in conversation with your child to develop vocabulary knowledge of the world. Label what you see and explain how things work. One of the things you can think about, when I was talking about when you're reading with your children every night before they go to bed, one of the things you want to talk about, I used to talk about with my kids, because it was the same book, they wanted to read the same book over and over and over and over again. I would always stop and say, well, what's going to happen next? Because they already knew. But it helped them to realize that stories there's a sequence behind stories. That is the first development for children to understand what main idea is. What is the purpose of this story? So you always want to stop and ask them questions. And my children do it now. They ask, what do you mean by that? I'll say a word that I know is totally something that they probably don't understand, and I'll say it. And of course they catch it and they say, wait a minute. What does that mean? That's what you want to do with your children. And you want to make sure that they understand the proper way to say things, because their culture will make them say words improperly, such as urge and screet. That is not the proper way to say the word. So you want to make sure that you're saying those words properly so they catch it and that they're speaking properly. So that's what we mean by oral language. The next one, phonological awareness. And if I have any parents who've gone to parent conferences and you've heard the teachers talking about reading, they call it phonemic awareness. So you probably heard of that word more so than you have phonological awareness. And phonemic awareness refers to the ability to recognize, manipulate, and use sounds in words, including the ability to hear, discriminate the sounds in language. For example, play with language to help your child listen to rhymes and letter sounds. Read nursery rhymes and other rhyming books. See how many rhyming words you can think of together, and use words that start with the same letter and help your child to hear the letter sounds. One of the examples I can give for that, I don't know if you all do Dr. Seuss. I know Dr. Seuss is kind of an older series, but Dr. Seuss is an excellent series to help them understand that process. And I used to make rap songs with my kids with green eggs and ham. You know, I can eat them with a mouse, and I can, and you go on with that. But it's that rhyme and repetition that they're hearing. And they, of course, the rap was just for them to enjoy the book. But those are the types of things you want to do with your children so that they hear that words rhyme. And if you saw Dr. Seuss, he always made sure that not only did the word rhyme, but the spelling was the same. So you want them to kind of catch on to the fact that if I change this R to a P, that's rat, and then this is cat. And they kind of hear those types of things. So that's why that's kind of important for phonemic including playing with Play-Doh, tearing and crumbling paper, scooping and pouring, using Lego blocks, sticking stickers, and using tongs. Help your child to send a letter or to write an important list. This is extremely important for children. There are so many resources that you can purchase that are $1. You can go to Dollar Tree now. They have, the Dollar Tree has all of the whole teaching section now, where they have a bunch of printed words and things for your children. You'd be surprised at stickers and, like they said, Play-Doh, making them make the letters in the Play-Doh. They like it. It takes away from the TV time, and it gives you a lot more time. Now, the thing is, they will eat it, so watch that out for that. So that, one of the things you can...
You made them just the same. I mean, you know that God made all the animals, right? Lord, I know you love the animals. You made some big and small. You made so many of them. I know you love them all. Dear Lord, thank you for the animals. You placed them all around the world. I know you take good care of them like you do every boy and girl. God takes care of us. Okay? How about the world he made? How many know that we can pray for this world needs prayer? Okay? The way things are going now, your little prayers will work. Let's get to this right here. Dear Lord, I'm praying for the world you made. We'll do the best. We'll do our best to give. I pray you take good care of it so we'll have a place to live. Lord, remind us not to put trash on it so we keep Earth nice and clean. We'll do the best for this whole world and for the air we breathe. You give us everything we need from the ground we see as birth. It's all for us so we can live, and it all comes from the earth. I mean, know that fruits and vegetables and things like that come from the earth, right? Mm-hmm. Okay? All right? Dear Lord, I'm praying for the day you made. We can even pray for the day. All this rain we've been getting, you have to stay in the house, right? Yeah, we don't like that. You see the little boy looking out the window and it's raining. He can't go outside, right?
I know the rain.
I'll let you read some of it, okay? You like playing rain? I'll talk to you after this. Dear Lord, I'm praying for the day you made. As the sun both rise and shine, the birds are singing, the flowers are blooming, the day is going to be just fine. Sometimes when we have those rainy days, I don't go outside at all. I sit and watch the Lord water it from the earth. So, and I stay in the house so I won't slip and fall. You play in the rain, you might slip and fall. Okay? When it's time for the sun to go down and set, it starts to get dark outside. Now the earth rolls around and back again so the sun doesn't have to hide. I don't know when the earth rotates. We don't see the sun, we don't see the moon sometimes. It rotates, okay? At night, the moon and stars come out. Another day has come to an end. It's time to go to bed now, because when I wake up, another day begins. That's right, isn't it? Okay? Dear Lord, I'm praying for our leaders. How many know we got leaders in the world? We're supposed to respect our leaders no matter what. Police officers, firefighters, teachers. How many respect the teachers? I was a teacher at one time when I retired from the military. Yeah, had fun. Okay, let's get to this. Dear Lord, I'm praying for my leaders. show them your awesome plan. Help all of those who guide us. Our lives are in their hands. Lord, speak, and we will hear your voice. Prayer helps us listen to you. Your love will always lead us as we keep our eyes on you. Okay? I'll read a little bit portion of that. And the last page. Dear Lord, you got to pray for yourself, right? Your own family, right? Okay? Dear Lord, I'm praying for the people all over the world. I pray for grace and peace that comes from knowing you, Lord.